everyone, here's Thiago from Instrumentation, and today we're here in Australia with Group Instrumentation. Hello Frank, how are you?
Thiago, welcome to Australia.
Thank you very much, mate. Could you talk a little bit about Group Instrumentation and what you do here in the country?
Sure, okay. Group Instrumentation has been in business 30 years this coming June 2019, and we've developed into a SEMS and process company with a number of suitable products, and we are enjoying a fairly good economy in Australia at the moment.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, and the last 3 years we've noticed that in our sales. And the good thing about Group Instrumentation, we're also a service organisation, and every time we sell a system, we have commissioning work, we have ongoing plant maintenance work, so there's a fair bit of growth in the company.
Yeah, you do everything from the scratch, which is great.
Our customers like it too. They like one-stop shopping. So,
yeah, it's happening a lot of turnkey projects in here.
Correct, yes. The end user doesn't want to have to organise anything. They give you a project engineer to deal with, and you've got to be responsible. And at the end of the project, if there's any defects, they only have one backside to kick.
All right, it's easier. And Frank, could you tell us a little bit about our new partnership between Envia SWR and Group Instrumentation? How is it for you?
Sure. We've been a distributor, sales and service distributor for Envia PCME for about 23 years now. And we have a range of multi-gas analysers, etc. And we have strong relationships with those suppliers. We were introduced to SWR at a PCMS, an Envia PCME conference.
That was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right.
And we spoke to the management of Envia, SWR, and finally decided that Australia was a good marketplace for your products. So we decided to volunteer to be your Australian and New Zealand distributor, and then we signed an agreement, and we're up and running. We've had a few initial sales, but we've been excited about a factory person coming out with experience in sales, commissioning, marketing, etc. And finally, Thiago, you're on the scene, and a breath of fresh air for Envia SWR, to be honest with you. A hands-on man, and I think your visit is going to give us a lot of confidence in running with your product. We've done a market survey, and we're a little lucky that a lot of our existing particulate monitoring and gas monitoring customers, behind all that emission monitoring, there's a process. So we know that there's a lot of applications in the process for existing clients. Australians are basically lazy, so let's start with the easy ones first. So we'll call on a lot of our clients that respect us already, and will trust us with another product. So it should be fairly straightforward to get some business up and running, and then we'll do the harder ones, some clients that we don't know, but mainly in the process, and I think we can grow your business very well in Australia.
Yeah, I could see that you always you are a part of the instrumentation group in Australia, isn't it?
Yes, there's an Institute of Instrumentation, Controls and Automation Australia, and they have state branches and a federal council. I'm involved with I'm the federal councillor for our state, and also on the committee for the institute for our state, and we have like-minded people to network with.
All right.
We do a range of technology expos, technology talk evenings, education, and it's a good group of like-minded people. There's a lot of vendors there as well, so we hear about projects in our area, so it's very healthy.
Talking a little bit about products, could you tell me what about our flow measurement systems? How does it sound for you?
I think you've got a range, just in flow products, you have a range for us to approach a number of applications in coal-fired power stations with pulverised coal feed lines.
All right.
Food industry. We have done a lot of work in milk powder, for instance, but there's a lot of clients processing raw materials in Australia. So we see that as a great opportunity for us. And then you've got, with your MaxFlow, we see some really good sized projects for NVIDIA SWR products.
Great.
So, and then of course at the lower end, with your flow jam, there's a range of products again for flow, no flow, blocked, empty. So there's a lot of applications at the lower cost end of product, but you tend to sell, we like that as well because you sell high quantities. So we might sell 1, 2, 3 max flow for big flow applications, but we might sell 25 flow jams for flow no flow applications to the one project.
And about moisture?
Okay, the microwave technology gives us confidence because the NVIDIA SWR moisture product, being microwave, is not just surface moisture, it's product moisture. For instance, in the plasterboard industry, and we've got probably 10 plants manufacturing plasterboard from different brands in Australia, and a lot of those people want to know the moisture of the sheet and what's in the gypsum inside the sheet after the dryer. So microwave technology will help us with that. So there's a lot of applications in the same processes that we can monitor flow, we can also monitor moisture.
Yeah, we're just finishing 2 weeks of intense traveling and visits. Could you share a little bit about it?
Sure. We proved that the standard of coffee in Australia is very high. We've done a survey.
Of the best.
Done a survey, so
even in Melbourne.
we did every call we did. We sort of did a post-mortem meeting over a good cup of coffee and analysed the meeting very well, and then moved on to the next call. But it was quite exciting. We planned to do a variety of industries. Instead of doing 6 coal-fired power stations and 5 cement plants, we tended to do 1 of each.
Yeah, different.
We ended up doing 2 cement plants in 2 different states, but that was okay. But we actually visited a confectionery company that manufacture sweets, lollies, sweets, and that was a great call because the engineering manager gave us a factory tour where we could identify applications for your product. Moisture, but I'm sure there's other applications there, but his immediate need was to solve a moisture issue. So there's applications for 3 or 4 moisture analysers, sensors.
Doing cement plants?
Then we moved to a plasterboard plant.
All right.
And they were already using solid flow, but Tiago was very analytic at solving a problem they had for low concentration on a solid flow product. That we're solving it, and once we've solved that, then there's opportunity to sell more solid flow product, maybe some M-Sense moisture product. Then we tackled some cement plants, a couple of cement plants, and multiple applications we found, multiple. And the engineer that had a couple of issues showed us the processes, and he's excited as we are that we can sort out some of his issues with applications in lime, in cement, etc. So a number of them there. Then we went to, we saved the best to last. We went to a very large 4 350 megawatt units coal-fired power stations that invited us there because they had a pulverised coal feed issue. So they were currently using acoustics sensors, which is not really giving them what they want. They want even flow to feed the boilers in 4 large boilers. So we talked about solid flow, but they were more interested in flow jam for flow no flow, blocked, empty, and looking for a trend in and quite a large number of coal feed lines.
So after this 2 weeks of rounding trips, how do you see SWR engineering products in Australian market?
All right, I think we proved to ourselves and hopefully yourself, Tiago, that there is a market here. We've probably got 10 cement plants, maybe 10 coal-fired power stations, so they're large applications. We've got maybe 10 plasterboard plants.
Wow.
So there's a lot of work to do, but we know our potential market. We know a lot of the industries and the people in those industries, so I think we should get up and running pretty quickly, and a bit more effort to explore the process market in other areas that we maybe haven't been so strong in, because we've been a SEMS company as well as a process company, and SEMS projects are quite large, so they can take up a lot of your time. So we're employing 2 more technical people. Group Instrumentation tends not to employ just sales engineers. We employ service technicians that can sell and fall in love with the product, and then they're natural sales guys while they're doing service work. So I see the market is probably as big as our particular market from NVIA PCME. I think we can grow the NVIA SWR product range to a similar level.
You've just mentioned about service. Yesterday we've had the technical training with the service engineers from Group Instrumentation. It was very good.
Good.
And I would like to share with you a little bit of Mr. David's opinion about the training. Have a look.
My name is David Kerr, so I've worked for Group Instrumentation now for just on 12 years. Service manager and active service person for the company. So we travel all over Australia, servicing predominantly SEMS equipment. It's a very good job and I really enjoy it. Yeah, well, I'd read the data sheets before your arrival, and Frank Silberberg, who owns the company, had a talk to us after his visit in Germany. But it was very good to get your feelings on the product and your experience on the product, and just go a little bit more in depth with the product and the features of the ease of installation, your thoughts on where it can be used. It seems to be a very versatile instrument that will certainly take up a place in the customers that we visit. Yeah, well, we particularly haven't had any flow devices in our portfolio as such. But looking at the applications that you've mentioned, the customers that we currently visit with SEMS equipment could very much benefit from the flow aspect of the SWR portfolio. We deal in aluminium, food industry, so they could very much benefit, I feel, from this flow device once we give that to them. Moisture measurement, I think, is going to be the very interesting one, because we do visit a lot of food manufacturers, but usually on the back end of the food manufacturer because of the SEMS equipment once again. But the moisture applications will allow us to move inside the factory now and talk to production personnel and look at the process in a different way. And I feel that the moisture measurement device will open up many avenues within the companies that we already visit. So the blockage detection, I think, will be very beneficial in the grain industry, product addition type industry. We have a situation at the moment in a lime works where lime is transported and pumped around. The maintenance personnel have a lot of trouble with blockages in the lines, and they don't particularly know where the blockage is, and all they can do is basically hit the pipe and try to loosen things up. I think with the addition of flow sensors in there, we will be able to determine where blockages are, and I think streamline that situation and make it much better for the production personnel, but also for the maintenance personnel. I think it'll be very beneficial to them. I think the calibration routine looked very easy to use. The screen was very intuitive. It asked you questions. There wasn't a lot of data that you had to fill in, but you knew what you had to do. And once that information becomes available from the customer, you can run the tests. You can use the logging function that you demonstrated to us, which basically gives you the information that you need. So no, I think it was very good, very good. Look, I think the gear would be very easy to maintain. I think the manufacturing quality is very good. The packaging that your engineers have designed is very good. It's very simple. It's all it needs to be. I think if we carry some spare parts, I think that maintenance on these units will be very small. Yeah, I think they'll look like they're very hardy and they'll just keep going. I think the products will suit the Australian industry very well. I think it's a piece of gear that's been missing, certainly in our portfolio. We have the luxury of being one of the major suppliers in Australia for process gear. We visit most sites in Australia. There's not too many sites we don't go to. I think that product, in conjunction with our visits, I think it will fit very well into Australia and be very beneficial.
That was it. And Frank, you participate a little bit of the training as well. Could you share a bit more?
Yes, sure. I think Tiago coming out and including helping us identify applications, industries, some very strong marketing ideas. The ability for him to train our commissioning and service engineers was fantastic. So a solid day's work, and the feedback from our service technicians was very positive. They learned a lot about products, about commissioning and about servicing, and they're full of confidence and ready to get stuck into it. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And it's very good having people here in Australia ready to do all of the commissioning. First support, first call, group instrumentation will be ready to attend, ready to go to the customer and do, like in 2 days, 1 day we'll be there. Even at the same day, you're very quickly here with the service attendant.
Yes, we realise breakdown service is very important. We don't get a lot of breakdown service because we tend to do planned maintenance, periodic planned maintenance.
It's clever.
So we eliminate a lot of breakdown service. So that helps the customer have confidence in the product and in us.
All right, amazing. Frank, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for those 2 weeks here in Australia. And I wish you and Group Instrumentation the best. In next year, let's have a week again.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Tiago. That's excellent, and we look forward to you visiting Australia again. And this time you'll have a lot more knowledge of where the good coffee shops are.
All right. Weather is good.
Yeah, weather's good. Yes. Yeah, good time of the year to come. Now, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.
No, not ciao.
Yeah.
See you later, mate.
All right. Okay. See you later.
See you later, mate.
All right. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later, mate.
That's it. You got it.